Today I'm going to take you through the Cancan drape. So it is draping a regular 6-yard sari, and I'm actually using my wedding sari. This is my Manavara sari, or my first sari that I wore, and I'm going to be draping it over this Cancan skirt. I'm wearing a silk Cancan skirt, and I highly recommend wearing a skirt similar to this one, just because a silk Cancan skirt can hold the weight of a heavier sari and still give you that beautiful volume that you want under your drape instead of crushing it, because these saris are heavy and they will crush just regular Cancan skirts or lehenga skirts. So let's get started. First up, you want to iron the entirety of your sari before you start pleating. Once you've ironed the entire sari, you want to measure out the length of your pallu. So to do that, just put it over and make sure it is the length that you'd like, and then mark it, and you can even put a safety pin here. It's usually the length, or maybe a little bit less than the length of your ironing board, depending on how long your ironing board is. And then just put the entire length on your ironing board and go right to the end, and then just start taking your pleats. So now like those are locked in place and you don't have to worry about them. As you're taking your pleats like this, make sure you're checking that this side is staying shorter than that topmost pleat, because you don't want the rest of the pleats to stick out. And you can check it as you go. Once you've pleated them, you can use the ironing board to kind of set them all in place. And you want to just pin all of these together, and you're good. And then you can also do one in the middle so that it's easier for you to iron. You can also take this opportunity to fan out the pleats if you'd like to. The only rule is that you don't want these subsequent pleats to be fatter or wider than that top one. And there you go. You have your pallu done. So once you've pinned it, you want to just put it back on your shoulder and make sure that it's the length you want. I feel like this is too short, so I'm just going to pull it back a little bit. I think that's a good length. So then I'm just going to go back to the ironing board and add another pin, or just move this last pin up so that when I go to iron it, it's easier for me to just iron up to that point. So now this is the length that I want, and the last safety pin should sit on the top of my shoulder. So let's get ironing. So I'm just putting the end of the pallu on my ironing board, and then I'm just gonna press that down. I like ironing the pallu just because that way you don't have to worry about the pleats going rogue. They'll stay put and together. Oh wow, look at those pleats. This is the most satisfying part of draping a sari, is once you've pleated and you're ironing down those pleats. You don't have to fan out the pleats. I just like fanning them out because I like how they look, but you can do them however you'd like. Okay, once you get to the last safety pin, what I'm gonna do is bring it up like this, and this entire part is gonna go on your chest. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna fan it out how you would on your chest, and work with it until you're happy, and then you're gonna press that down as well. Bring it back like that, and then fan this part out. Remember, this is the part that's going to go right on your chest and the part that's going to be most visible on your pallu. So make sure that it is perfect and you're super happy with how the pleats fan out. So once you're happy with how that looks, you want to just take your iron and make sure you're really happy and like make those last minute changes, because once it's ironed, you are committed to those pleats. And then what I do is I just pull it back a little bit. Instead of like really pressing, I'll just like kind of like go over it, so there's like no, like it kind of goes from like really pressed to kind of not pressed. Now you're ready to drape. So to start this drape, you're gonna take the pallu that you spent so much time perfecting and put it over your shoulder like that. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is bring it around your body, do a little twirl so that now the sari is in front. And what you're gonna do is pleat right up until like right here. So I'm gonna just start pleating, and you can check out my video on how to pleat. It's a super easy technique. And then once you get to the end, you wanna just move these pleats in and then fan them out as you would for any other drape. Once you're happy with how that looks, my sari, these last two, like the last like I guess foot and a half, is a darker color. I wanna hide that because I don't want that showing through, as you can see like here. What you can do is just bring that a little backwards and cover it with the other pleats. And these are little things that you can do to hide or show more of the sari. I'm gonna take a safety pin from the pallu and pin it all together. You wanna just fan out the pleats again before you go to tuck. If you have any puffy parts here, just make sure you're tucking it in nice and neat. And then you're pretty much done. You can fix the shoulder pleats so that they fall nicely. For this drape, I definitely recommend a waist chain to kind of hold everything in place. I've added the waist chain, and this is the finished look. This is perfect for the bride. This is my wedding sari, and I wish I had worn it like this for my Manavera look. And if you are sister or sister of the bride, you can also pull off this look with maybe with a less fancier sari. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box. Like this video and subscribe.